Oh hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to read the essays that got me into the University of Southern California. In addition, these are also the essays that got me a scholarship that covered up to half the tuition at USC. There is a good chunk of supplemental essays that USC has for you. They have two longer essays that are kind of going to be like your why USC essays, and then they have a series of fun small questions like personality-based questions. I'm going to read mine for you, and you can kind of see an example of one or a couple that worked, obviously. And then I'll try to give some of my best advice I can give for someone who is trying to get into USC or just trying to, write a good essay. USC faculty place an emphasis on interdisciplinary academic opportunities. Describe something outside of your intended academic focus about what you're interested in learning. So this is an essay you have around 250 words for. It's an essay that is not your major essay, it's your outside of your intended academic focus. USC places a lot of emphasis on making sure that you get as many multifacets to your education as possible. So you want to write something here that might have been like, if you had a choice, a second major, if you plan on double majoring, or if you want to minor in something, you want to do a minor, or even if you don't have any majors or minors, and you just have a multitude of interests that you just really want to talk about, this is the essay that you want to do that in. One of my favorite series on YouTube is called 4 Levels, from amateur to food scientist, in which a food scientist watching people make different dishes in different ways explains the science behind their varied cooking habits. I love this series, and it gave me a newfound appreciation of food and nutrition. At USC, I am interested in a nutrition and health promotion minor, which would help me to strengthen the science background in this field. Similarly, the classes in the minor go into the culture and lifestyles accompanied by health. This complements my major in psychology by giving insight into the motivation and behaviors food facilitates. I could also easily connect the fast food culture America promotes and how it influences pop culture, another one of my major choices. One of my goals is to have a diverse breadth of knowledge that isn't too heavily concentrated in the sciences or the humanities. USC offers the Healthy Choices, Healthy Live organization, garden club, resources and opportunities to bridge my interests in 2 distinct disciplines in a way I'll be enriched and excited in my studies rather than going through the motions. So in my essay, I talked about the majors that I chose had I gone to USC. It was it was psychology, and then of course there was like American culture and nutrition and health sciences was a minor I listed. So I talked about the minors I could have possibly chosen and how they could accompany my major, and then I went to a couple of the clubs that USC offers that would have helped to complement my major and minor path. So with this essay, I would definitely say you definitely need to do some research on the website. Just look around and see what things you're interested in, what USC has to offer, keyword searches, like you're interested in psychology, look at the clubs they have, look at things that are related in your field, the research project that you've done, and just really see how USC can help accompany your extracurricular interests. Describe how you plan to pursue your academic interests and why you want to explore them at USC specifically. Please feel free to address your first and second major choice selections. So this essay is basically the why USC essay, and in this essay you want to explain why you chose the major. So you want to give a little bit of background of why your major is personal or why you are having interest in that field, and then you also want to go ahead and write why USC is going to be the school that offers that major for you. So these 2 questions of, like I just said, you want to definitely do research on them, because if you don't know what you're talking about, or you're just saying something that's going to look good, or if you don't really answer the question why do you want to study at USC, it's not going to work. It's going to look very superficial. Oh, he or she wants to just get into the school. They don't really care about what we have to offer, etc. like that. So you really want to make sure that you do something that like this. USC is home to one of the oldest Psi Chi honor societies. I am very excited about this engagement, in which I hope to join, collaborate, and learn from other students with psychological interests. Some events they've hosted, like the Unconventional Jobs event and the faculty dinner, stands out for me, as the former will help open my mind to other career paths, while the latter seems like a great networking opportunity. USC in this way loosens the formalities of academia and makes the school culture more like a family than a strictly professor-student, which I like. Similarly, I would like to join the Academic Culture Assembly, which provides for me not only a way to fellowship, but to enrich my potential studies in American popular culture with other students possessing intellectual curiosity. One of the things that I love about USC is the curriculum allows flexibility. I would use this flexibility to my advantage, perhaps fitting a few Spanish language classes into my psychology path, which will allow me to widen the breadth of people I connect with, maybe even taking on a songwriting minor to explore the therapeutic properties of music. USC screams opportunity, and I am excited about the myriad of engagements the school has to offer me to achieve my academic goals. So yeah, in my essay I talked about the major of psychology that I was really interested in, and then I talked about a couple of the clubs and opportunities that USC offers were I to do that. I talked about their Psi Chi Honor Society, which is a psychology thing, and how it's one of the oldest at USC. So if you want to show that you've done research in the school, you know what you're talking about, you know what they do that's specific to what you want to study. And then I talked about the events that department goes. So if your major has a website, go to that website, look at their calendar, look at their events, see what things they have done. Did they go to a field trip to Disney World every year? And if they do, why does that interest you? That type of thing. You really want to make sure that you're not just saying something that could fit to any other college, because if you're doing that, then you're not being specific enough to USC, and that's how your essay gets thrown to the trash. The next essay is something that if you have a gap in high school, or if you didn't take a break, or you took some breaks to explain that. I didn't, so I never had to write that essay. The next section of essays that USC has are kind of quick fire rapid questions. You want to answer these with the first thing that comes to mind, but meanwhile you want to also show as many different layers of your personality as possible. You want to show that I can do this and that and that and that and that and everything that's possible. So you want to definitely be quick, but don't overthink it. Think about if this was an actual interview with a professor or someone was interviewing at USC and they ask you this question, what would you say to them? Because you only get one chance to say that, and you have to be quick and on your feet. Describe yourself in 3 words: hilarious, gregarious, Sagittarius. These 3 are the 3 words that I used. I wanted to use words that rhyme. A lot of people do it differently. Some use words that rhyme, some use words that are all the same amount of syllables, some use words that all start with the same letter. There are so many different ways that you can do it. Once again, don't overthink it, just do something nice and fun. I know for sure that they really liked my response to this, because when I ended up going to the campus to interview for my scholarship, there was a little panel type thing that they did at first when they just did an introductory announcement, and they read some of their favorite essays, and when they got to this essay they read mine, so I know for sure that they like that one. What is your favorite snack? I do this thing where I smother Nutella over granola bars, and it is heavenly. Best movie of all time: Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Dream job: celebrity chef. If your life had a theme song, what would it be? All Things Go by Nicki Minaj. What is your dream trip? The Gyokudani monkey park in Japan. What TV show will you binge watch next? Queer Eye. Which well-known person or fictional character would be your ideal roommate? JDN. What is your favorite book? The Perks of Being a Wallflower. If you could teach a class on any topic, what would it be? Calling All the Monsters. The power of a celebrity's fan base. Are you interested in participating in any of the military ROTC units on campus? No. These were all rapid fire questions. They're all something that they might definitely ask about in the interview. When I went to my interview, they used that 3-word question again when I was interviewing for the scholarship. And instead of asking, describe yourself in 3 words, they said something like, Nkosi, you describe yourself as hilarious, gregarious, Sagittarius. How would your teacher describe you? Something like that. And so you definitely want to be prepared for those type of questions. This was a really fun essay. These were really fun essays to write and to read. If you didn't get an accurate, or if you felt like you learned a lot more about me, that's the point. You want to show as many aspects of your personality as you can. And then, as a matter of fact, you also want to you could also do this thing where you have a little adaptations or little asides in your essay after you say, because they don't give you a lot of characters for those rapid fire questions. They give you like, I don't know, 35 characters max. I'm not sure, something like that. And so once you do that, if you have a little bit more room, you might want to say something else. But I really just feel like those are the things that really helped me. The best advice I could give for someone who is doing their essay is just really relax. You want to be comfortable. You don't want to have rushed writing or writing that feels like it's forced. You want it to come naturally and flow out. So spend some time just looking over it, making sure you say what you want to say, but don't overthink it. As far as advice for actually getting the scholarship, they changed it up my year. Before this, it was always a solo interview, and then my year it was actually a group interview. So it was an interview with a couple of people, and they say they want to do this interview to basically see how you work with other people. And so it'll be pretty much the same format as you'll be sitting and reading. They'll have you read a couple of essays over the benefits of interdisciplinary education, and they want you to collaborate with your peers and see how you work with others. There are two to three scholarships that you can get. There's the trustee, which I believe is the full scholarship, full tuition scholarship. There's the presidential scholarship, which is a half tuition scholarship, and then there is another scholarship that's like a quarter tuition. The biggest chunk of people will get the 50% tuition paid for scholarship, and 50% of the people who get called back in for an interview will get that. And then 25% of the people that get called back will get a full tuition, and 25% will get a quarter scholarship. So it's all pretty varied. That's all the information I kind of have as far as doing these scholarships. If you have any questions or comments, concerns, likes, leave them down in the description. Did these work out for you? What other answers are you thinking about putting on your applications? You can follow my socials. They're linked in the description. And if you have any more questions about any other colleges, there will probably be videos or something around here popping up soon. I don't know. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Good morning.